I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
Hey guys, it's Yaya and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a rice water shampoo. I'm super excited about it because I've been trying to make a creamy shampoo for a very long time now. I've had some trials and errors and some things that came out pretty much like lotion but not really like a shampoo. So I wanted to really dig deep to try to find out how I can do this, okay? So let's give it a try. This will be a conditioning, moisturizing shampoo, so there will be some oils in here, and anytime you add an oil, butter, or anything like that, you have to have an emulsifier. It's just a must. I'm using Lotionpro 165. It has different names. I got this idea from Marie from Humble Bee and Me. She used it in a body wash and I was like, oh my god, I have to use it and see if it'll work for a shampoo because I've been trying to make a creamy shampoo. I decided to give it a try, and so far I really like it. It doesn't thicken, it doesn't condition, it doesn't do anything like if you were to use BTMS 50. This is purely an emulsifier, and I actually love that about it for this shampoo, okay? Because with BTMS, you add in conditioning properties that you probably don't want to add when dealing with a shampoo, okay? So place phase A on the stove to melt down and set it to the side. We'll come back to it later, okay? We're gonna go ahead and move into phase B. With phase B, we're gonna be working on part 1, which is making our slurry. To make our slurry, we just need our powder, polymer or thickener, and we also need vegetable glycerin. It's not gonna fully hydrate it, but it's just gonna put it in a different state where it'd be easier to incorporate it and hydrate it once we do mix it with the water. GuarCat is a really great thickener, but I like to add cold thickeners with it, especially when I'm trying to get a specific texture with my shampoo, okay? So we'll talk about that later. Let's go ahead and move on to phase C first, which is just our water phase. I'm basically going to be adding all of my water soluble ingredients, which I only had panthenol this time, but you can add anything else you like. Just don't add your preservative yet, because we're going to be heating up these phases so that it can mix well with the oil phase, okay? So you want to make sure you do not heat up your preservative. So moving on to part 2 of phase B, I'll be adding my cleansing agents here. This is what really gives your shampoo that foamy cleansing properties that you want, okay? So cocoa glucoside is a very mild cleansing surfactant, and it is non-ionic, so it can really mix with a lot of different ingredients without causing any adverse effects, okay? Foaming oats is also naturally derived, but it's anionic, so it has a positive charge, and it's really going to help remove that dirt and oil and buildup that's on your scalp, but it's also very gentle to be anionic. So if you want to try something a little bit more gentle, definitely give foaming oat a try, okay? It's also used in baby shampoos as well as cocoa glucoside, so they're very great cleansing agents to try in a milder shampoo, okay? Especially one that you want to be moisturizing, creamy, or conditioning, okay? So yeah, now that we got that mixed in with the GuarCat, we're going to go ahead and combine phase B and phase C together, and then we're going to place them on the stove with phase A to heat up, and we want to bring those temperatures up pretty much to a similar temperature, okay? Remember, oil and water do not mix, even in shampoos, so you need some kind of agent like an emulsifier and also heat to kind of help get them to bond and combine and make a homogeneous solution, okay? So we're gonna just place these on the stove, and you can make cold solution shampoos, you guys, but when you're adding oil, typically it's impossible. All right, so let's go ahead and add our phase A, which is our oil phase, into our surfactant and water phase over here. And then we want to use a high shear mixer to make sure that these two phases are really combining and creating a homogeneous solution, which would be our shampoo. Is very important that you don't just stir it and hope that they mix together, okay? When you're adding oil and water, they really repel each other, you guys. You really have to force them to bond, okay? So make sure you're using a high shear mixer like an immersion blender, and that will definitely help to basically emulsify those two ingredients together, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna keep mixing this up here, and then we'll be able to see just where we're at right now. This is what the shampoo is looking like, and you're probably thinking, oh, did I do something wrong? Because it's looking like a loose milk here, okay? Yeah, even though we have GuarCat, it does help with the texture and flow, but it's definitely not gonna get it as thick as we want it to be. So I will be adding a secondary thickener later on in the video, but I just wanted to let you guys know that don't be scared when you see it like this. First off, give it some time to cool down. Cooling down your solution is so important because you want to add your heat sensitive ingredients like your essential oils, your preservative, and extracts during this time, okay? But also so you can get a sense of what your either your gelling agent or polymorph or whatever thickener you use is doing, okay? Because in most cases you haven't reached the final stage yet, so you want to see where you're at first before you add any extra thickeners. Alright, so for the cool down phase, I'm going to go ahead and add in the veggie keratin. It increases the hair strength, it enhances elasticity, reduces frizz, it helps with combability, and it's vegan, paraben free, and there's no animal anything in it. It's just veggie, so that's pretty cool, and it's a great alternative to the animal based keratin. You want to add these ingredients during the cool down phase because they are very sensitive. Speaking of, we're moving on to hydrolyzed rice protein. It helps improve hair volume, manageability, it helps prevent damage, it's very gentle, it nourishes the roots of your hair all the way down to the tips, and it's gluten-free and non-GMO, and of course is plant derived. So we have all heard of the wonders of rice for the hair, and I definitely wanted to see a way that I can incorporate this into a shampoo that will also be more stable and a formula that could probably hold up as far as shelf life as well. So I'm using the hydrolyzed rice protein. I didn't use any other form of rice in this shampoo, but there are other ways that you can incorporate rice into your shampoo, okay? Speaking of stability, you definitely need a preservative for your shampoo. Usually this will be added in the water phase, but we didn't add in the water phase because we heated our ingredients, and most preservatives are heat sensitive, okay? Depending on what ingredients you add, your shampoo can change colors. That's perfectly fine, and you can also color it if you want to color your shampoo. I just left mine as is, but just let it cool down. You can kind of get a sense of what your shampoo will start to look like, okay? I'm perfectly fine with this, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with my liquid thickener, which is Cortex. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Cortex is literally one of my favorite thickeners. After your formulation is done, you can add it at any time to really get the consistency you're looking for. It's not heat sensitive, so you can also add it during that phase as well. I did add too much, a little bit too much. I recommend using at least 2% less than what I used here. It's a little bit thicker than I want it to be, but I still absolutely love it. But you want to add a little bit at a time because you can always add more, but taking it away, ha ha ha. So I did add my honeysuckle fragrance oil here, and that just to give it a beautiful smell. I love good smelling shampoos and conditioners, and yeah, I really love this fragrance for a shampoo. I did adjust the pH. It was a tad bit high. When you're working with GuarCat, you want to make sure it's at least below 7, okay? So just make sure with ingredients you have, especially your preservative, it falls within a certain range. But the natural skin pH is between 4.5 and I think 5.5, so you know, just whatever works best for you, just make sure you adjust it properly. So yeah, this is pretty much the final results, you guys. Like I said, I think I added a little bit too much of the Cortex at the end, but I still love it. It still came out creamy, moisturizing, hydrating, and it has beautiful foam. It's a really dense foam, which I will demonstrate for you guys later, just because these are milder cleansing agents compared to something else that probably would give a little bit more foam. But I absolutely love it, you guys, and I really enjoy formulating this and making this. I definitely will be making it again. I've been wanting to make a rose water shampoo, so I think I want to do that using a similar formula to this, but with a little bit less thickener. The last shampoo I made, I used 4%, and it turned out fine. But in this shampoo, I think I wanted just a tiny, just at least 1% less. I think 1% less would have been perfect. But other than that, I'm absolutely happy with this formula. What do you guys think? Would you give this a try? What would you do differently? I don't know. I love it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna give you a quick demonstration here just to show you what the foam is looking like. Of course, you will have more foam in your hair opposed to just doing it with your hands. But I just wanted to show you guys quickly just how it looks and how the foam is a little bit denser, a little bit more on the softer side. I guess I really can't explain it. It's like the foam feels creamy. It feels super creamy. Definitely different from the hibiscus shampoo that I made beforehand. If you guys want to see that video, yeah, it's definitely a different feel, and I really love it. It feels really moisturizing and conditioning. It doesn't feel as cleansing. I don't want to say stripping, because the other shampoo wasn't stripping, it was just more like clarifying. Okay, but anyway, this one is definitely more conditioning, more moisturizing, more hydrating than the other shampoo. And I think that is just because, of course, we added oils, whereas opposed to a shampoo where you don't add oils. Okay, so I made a quick little label here, you guys. This is the same labels I always do. Like in the previous video I showed you guys how I make my temporary labels with my thermal printer. Very efficient, easy, simple, affordable way to get a quick little, you know, DIY label. I didn't put any tape on this one, so it definitely will smear. I do not recommend doing this for your shampoo because it's going to smear and it's going to go away unless you tape it or put something around it to protect it. Okay, but anyway, that is it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you and will give you some opportunities or some ideas on how to make a shampoo, or ways that you can play around with some ingredients. For the full list of ingredients, speaking of, it's down in the description box below. As always, most of the questions that you need answered will be in the description box, and of course you can always shoot me a comment. I love talking to you guys. I try to reply when I can. Follow me on Instagram, you guys, because I have a lot of updates and giveaways coming up, and I'm excited to share them with you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because it's the only way, literally the only way, you can keep up with the videos I'm coming up with, and I have plenty more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Don't wanna be shy. I will